probably the next 45, 50 minutes.
Go.
Amen. Well, I want everybody to, well, first, I'm Bob Thibodeau.
Hi, Bob.
That should be me. What we're going to do today, how many of you have your business? Raise your hand. All right. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Now, how many of you want to improve your business? Raise your other hand. All right. Now, shake your hands like this. Okay? I just shook every hand in a room. Nice meeting y'all. Now, what we're going to do is, let's see if I can push the right button. There we go. I want to talk about how 1 cup of coffee can change your world. Right? This is something that I've been teaching now for close to 30 years, and it has worked. What does it take for you to achieve success? Think about that for a second. In your business, what does it take? Whatever it is, how do you define success? But only you can decide what those elements are. I can't tell you what it is. Your next door neighbor can't tell you what it is. Why, if you are trying to become a 6-7-figure entrepreneur, why would you talk to someone who has been unemployed for 2 years about your ideas for growing your business? And then listen to what they have to say. Because probably it's going to be what? Negative. Yeah, I had a friend who had a son who had a cousin that married somebody who tried to do that and it didn't work. You don't want to listen to them. When I was back in the Army, way back in 1988, I was a junior officer in the cavalry. And I was a scout platoon leader, scout recon. Other than, I had 12 years in the military. The first 9 I was enlisted, I was a drill sergeant and all that, so I can yell with the best of them. But I became commissioned officer, was a scout platoon leader, and I just enjoyed that job. Our job was basically what I call sneak and peek. Right? And I used to tell my guys, if we have to fire our weapons, we didn't do our job. Our job is to go gather reconnaissance. Well, I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and the division commander wanted to do a major division-wide exercise. And he had 2 brigades, 2 combat brigades. So he was going to pit them one against the other out in this huge maneuver area. And it was supposed to take like 6-7 days. The first day, moving everybody out to the field. You're talking 10,000, 12,000 people leaving town, going out in the woods. And being in the CAV, we worked directly for the division commander. So he attached us to, and it's supposed to be, one side was going to be defending, digging in, the other side was going to attack. So he had always attached us to the attacking brigade. Well, when the night before the major battle was supposed to begin, my platoon was assigned the job of doing recon. And we happened to infiltrate the enemy lines. We spent 6 hours behind enemy lines, identified every battle position, every tank position. We identified where their headquarters element was at. And we were calling all this in real time, then we exfiltrated out about an hour and a half before the battle started. Well, when the battle started, we already had all the locations picked or identified, and so they just called in simulated artillery strikes, wiped it out. We had identified a weakness in the line, and the brigade commander ran all his tanks right up through there and spread out. And the battle was supposed to take 2 days, took 2 hours. Right? So our squadron commander was so impressed with the job we did, he invited me to go to the after-action briefing with the commanding general. So I'm in there, and I see that our squadron commander got up and said, this is what we did, and Lieutenant Thibodeau did this, and all that, good accolades there. And then the winning brigade commander got up and said, we took this info, and this is why we picked this route, and this is what we did. Okay? And then the losing brigade commander got up, and basically just ate crow, and was taking ribbings from all other officers and stuff. And then the commanding general got up, and this is where this teaching came from. He stood up and said, well, gentlemen, I can say one thing, we made coffee today. And everybody's sitting there looking at him, probably with the same look you have at me right now. What is he talking about? And what he said was, what does it take to make coffee? Think about it. Okay? Help me list what it takes to make coffee. What is one thing you will need if you were going to make coffee?
Water.
Water's one. What else? Coffee beans. Okay, there's 2. A container. Very good. And something else.
Filter from the heat.
Not really. What was it?
Heat.
Heat, right? Very good. Because you can't have coffee without coffee, right?
Right.
You have to have water. Otherwise, you just got burnt beans, right? You have to have a pot to brew it in, because if you don't have anything to get it boiled in, you're not going to have coffee. And a heat source. If you take away one of those four things, you do not have coffee. I don't know what you have, but it's not coffee. I mean, some people say, well, you have iced coffee, but you still got to brew it. There's got to be some way of brewing it. So that's why. Right? Those are the four things it takes to make a pot of coffee. So whatever it is you're trying to do in your business, actually sit down. I love Natalie's thing about the first 10 to 15 minutes, because this goes right into my concept of, oh, that's my name. Her name is Thibodeau. Thibodeau is Korean for beautiful. And I tell my wife that I heard, she's so beautiful, even her name is beautiful. But she's waiting for me to come home. She's telling me you need to hurry up. But you need to identify the basic components that will make you successful in whatever it is you're trying to do. I mean, I heard all these wonderful business concepts from everyone in attendance day. I heard ideas, through the think tank about how to improve it, how to take from one level where you're at to the next. But only you can identify what it will take to be successful. And what I recommend is you have at least 3, but not more than 5 items on your list. Like you see, I have 4. To me, 4 is the perfect number. Because if you have less than 3, you're being too general. If you have more than 5, you're getting too detailed. You're going to get bogged down in the details. So 4 is perfect. And what business are you building? Hair salon, things like that. Okay, what's it going to take? If you're going to be, selling an affiliate package or something like that, I'm into affiliate marketing. What is it going to take to be successful? We have the radio station. I didn't go into my background. I heard about the military time. I left the military in 1989. Did 7 years in the insurance business. Within 3 years, had my own agency, had my own office, had 9 office staff, and a whole bunch of agents and all that. And kind of like Dr. Cass's tragic story with her higher ups in the insurance, I kind of had along the same lines where we just got a notice one day, oh, by the way, you're done. And within 4 months, we had to close the office. Everybody went away. Right? So from there, bounced around a little bit until I came to Maryland, became a cop. May 12, 2007, I got hurt on the job. Between that day and this, I've had 32 different medical procedures done and stuff like that. But after 3 years and several surgeries, they decided, well, you got to retire. And so I was, okay, Lord, I'm sitting recovering from a knee surgery. I can't walk around or anything. I'm sitting at the table. I said, Lord, what's next? What do you want me to do? And he said, I want you to begin a weekly 30-minute online radio program. Now, this was a faith step by the Lord, because I still have to have help checking email today. That's why when Dr. Cass called me up to help with the computers, I said, yeah, okay. I am not technology oriented at all. But I said, okay, well, I have nothing else to do, and I'll figure out how to do it. Today we call that a podcast. I didn't know what it was called back then. I just called it my radio program. Well, that grew into the Evangelism Radio, online Christian radio station. October 4th, 2010, we flipped the switch on that. Started with one broadcaster, me. And we now have 55 different broadcasters. We have listeners in 167 different nations, all 50 states. We've been rated #1 in the world in our genre by Shoutcast.com on several occasions. And it's all because the Lord said, this is what I want done. Right? When we started Evangelism Radio, He gave me a list of things to do. I said, okay, well, how are we going to do it? I broke it down into 4 categories. We got this, and this, and this. If I focus on that, it'll work, and it did. And our podcast, the Kingdom Crossroads podcast, I've talked to a couple of you about, is an interview-based podcast. It started off interviewing the broadcasters, and then grew into authors, missionaries, business people. Hello.
Hello.
Not just Christian business, like lightweight books or something like that. But if you're a Christian and you have a business, I want to talk to you. It's that simple. And then we'll give you the links. You can use it as promotional material, whatever you need to do. But the podcast now has listeners in 42 countries in all 50 states. And we don't have millions of downloads, but we have consistent downloads, and that's what we're continually growing. But I use the same concept that I'm sharing you in our business, which is growing the ministry, right? So let's say affiliate marketing, because like I said, I do some of that. If you want to get into that, first you have to find a product, find an ideal customer, identify who your customer is, and then find them, right? Advertise to them, and then deliver the product. If you don't do those things, you are not going to be successful. Even in your business, whatever it may be, you have to have a product, which could be your services, your consulting, hairdressing, whatever the case may be. Who's your customer? You can't say, I'm going to market to everybody, because if you do that, who's your customer? Nobody. And I'm trying to go quick. I have a book in the back that was just published, actually, this past week. So I don't have copies of it, so I don't have to look at the information there. It's called How One Cup of Coffee Can Help You Succeed in Affiliate Marketing. And one section of that book talks about identifying your customer. And it talks about, well, I want to sell to, I'll just use this as an example. Let's say it's weight loss, okay? You are in the weight loss niche. Are you going to market to everybody about weight loss? Or should you narrow it down to, I want to market my weight loss product to 35 to 50-year-old women who are trying to lose, has tried for the last several years to lose 20 pounds, but been not able to. But yet they still have children at home, so they can't go visit gyms. They don't have time to do that, and they don't have a lot of money to spend. If that's your target, you can still market to everybody and sell it to men or whatever. But that's who all your advertising and everything is directed to, right? When you focus in like that, you become more successful. But those are the things in marketing that you have to look at. Let's just look at advertising to your customer. Facebook advertising. You have to have a website, have a landing page, sales page. Facebook advertising, use it to generate interest, not to sell a product. Right? When they generate interest, they come to your website. At the website, give them valuable information. If you said, come to, click this link and get 12 steps to weight loss, and they click the link, and then you try and sign them up to an email list, they click right off. They go over there, give them step 1, da-da-da-da. Click here for step 2. They click step 2, da-da-da-da-da. Click here for step 3. Click step 4. Click here for step 5. And then maybe 5, 6, then you say, the rest of this information can be sent to you in a PDF download. Just fill this out, boom, and then immediately give them the PDF. Right? Haven't sold them anything. You gave them the information they're looking for. Right? What did you just do? Build credibility. Right? So from there, like I said, the website, landing page, and then after that, maybe at step 9, 10, 11, and 12, you can talk about, well, I have this training program, I have this consulting work, da-da-da. That's where you start pitching the product, but you've given them all the information you told them they would receive. Right? Again, at least 3, but not more than 5 steps. Less than 3, you're too general. More than 5, you're too specific. So if you do this planning, the first thing I want, just like Natalie said, the first 10 to 15 minutes, that's what I love, is that first cup of coffee. Right? Because I would sit down and I just start planning out my day. Okay, today I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And I prioritize those 3 things. And I do number 1 until it's completed, or I can't go any further. Then number 2. When you do that, you're that specific and that detailed and that dedicated that you're planning this out the first thing in the morning, you will be successful. And you'll never look at your morning cup of coffee the same way again. Right? So in the back, I do have the 2 books up here. One Cup of Coffee Can Change Your World. You've heard of Chicken Soup for the Soul, that series. The Lord gave me this inspiration about 6 months ago, and I've been working on it. Mine is How One Cup of Coffee Can, and then it'll be different things. So we got How One Cup of Coffee Can Change Your World, and the affiliate marketing one just got published. If you go order it on Amazon, it's $15 for the one, $27 for the affiliate marketing. Here, just for Dr. Cass, I put the special up there for the 15 and the 10, but if you want both of them, $20. Okay? And what we'll do is we'll take the order, because I got the order in, because it just got published, I'll take your information, you'll have your book within about 10 days or so. Once I get it in, I'll mail it to you. All right? I also have a free gift for everyone here.
What?
And that is a cash app that works at all these different places over this. This is just like 40 of them. How many of you, just raise your hand, has shopped at Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, Macy's, JCPenney, Outback, anything like that? We got cashback app that is immediate. Not like, what do they call it, the Ebates, where you got to send in a receipt, and 2 months later you get this check in the mail. Not like that. This was my account after 33 days. All right? Just normal shopping, nothing special. But I've given it away for free. This is free for everyone. All right? So I'll be in the back. Dr. Cass, thank you so much.